There are a million ways to die. There are a million ways to die. You could try shouting, "Say Buhari," before a man who's just about to pay 25,000 naira for a bag of rice. Or you could walk up to a Nigerian soldier, unzip your trousers, and show him your camouflage boxer shorts. No, seriously. There are a million ways to die. But I believe the saddest of them all will be to die by repeating death over and over again. And no, I'm not talking about being born again, because I've seen tongue-wagging Christians wallow in this same plague. The plague of just existing and not consciously living. Being eaten alive by fear, procrastination, and cowardice. Now that's one sure way to die. And sadly, this is the type of death that has become common among my African brothers and sisters. When we think of ourselves only as blood and bones, eyes and mouths, bellies and tongues, and so we have made our bellies our gods, and our tongues have become only but organs to taste and consume. Our mind have become depraved with fear, and so we are constantly thinking only of the clothes to wear and how to rep the new trend, because we love to be the ones they talk about. Love to be the center of attraction. And so today, some of my African brothers and sisters now hold on to expensive gadgets, even when they absolutely know nothing about how it operates. Even when their bank accounts keep screaming in their eardrums, "You cannot afford it yet." We have become a generation that seems to be losing the race. And so all we're trying to do is just to keep up. And so we keep keeping up with the Kardashians, and the propagandas, and the lies, and the things that are pleasing to the eyes, because we love pleasures, even the ones we cannot defend. We love to hold on to power, but we deny the responsibility that comes with it in the end. We have become so consumed in our wants to the extent that a criminal dangling a bag of rice before our eyes suddenly becomes our Jesus Christ. And we call them Savior, and to them we sell our future. And we all know what they promised us. The same unfulfilled promises promised to our fathers and our fathers before them. And you know why this they do? It's simply because we as a people have chosen only to exist and not to question things. We have chosen never to move things. We just love the status quo. And so today our status shows that even after the abolishment of slavery years ago, Africans still have their hands and feet tied to the chains of greed and complacency. And the common man can see that we complain about everything, but do absolutely nothing with our gifts and our talents to changing things. Because even with a truckload of professors and holders of PhDs in this country, we as a nation still depend on Europe, America, and China for everything. From the cars that we drive, to the clothes that we wear, to the creams that caresses our skins, to our philosophies and our beliefs. We have become vision impaired to the extent that we now eat our seeds and import our fruits to feed. Our schools have become nothing but empty cocoons, filled with teachers who find it difficult to speak correct English, but still will pick up the chalk to teach the language. Our hospitals now oozes out with doctors who, when it comes to our trust in them, we lose it. Because truth be told, some of them just wanted to do music. We're caging our true potentials and our giftings, all because we want to save face. All because we want to be the ones who the highs and the mighties in the societies can relate. And so we go to the universities and we bag all those degrees. Not because we are passionate about anything, but just because we are concerned about surviving. And so today, all we now have are bad engineers who would have made the best of poets, terrible doctors who would have made the finest of lawyers, bad pastors who would have made so good governors, and we know it. We have misplaced our priority, our true reason for living. Dreams have become only things we relish in our bedrooms. Now tell me, how on earth can we maximize our potentials to our best use when all we keep doing is trying to be like someone else who is absolutely not you? We love to play the blaming game. And so we blame everything and everyone else for the troubles around us, even when they were and we're not the cause, or because we are now so far-sighted we cannot see close our own flaws. We're spending too much time in our prayer rooms, casting and binding the devil, praying for the death of our enemies, forgetting that we are the enemies of our enemies. And if we thought that God was as myopic as man to answer these stupid, ridiculous prayers that we fervently pray, then there will be no human being standing alive today. See, your dreams and your talents are God's fingerprints in your minds, ones you cannot ignore. So dream big beyond this world, because landing on the moon isn't just a dream crafted out for the white man alone, but for everyone who's smart enough to know his own. And truth is, when dream-filled and talented people choose to fold their hands to do nothing, then that in itself is sin. And a nation in sin cannot thrive. And a nation that cannot thrive will die a million times. See, success comes to the doers and not necessarily to the talented. And please be reminded that everything in this world awaits the glorious heavenly inspired manifestations of the sons of God. And there is a drop of God within us all. See, this is not the time to be laid back now. This sick world is calling out our names for help, and you are the solution that it needs. Yes, you. I'm talking about the ones who have the blood of inspiration flowing within their veins, the ones who know that they are backbones and not just meant for lying down to sleep, but for carrying their dreams to the highest height, the glorious of peaks, the ones whose eyes sees only vision, and in that vision they know that the stars are close enough to reach and grab, and so that we grab every opportunity they need to learn, to grow, to muster all the strength they need to scale through this hurdle called life and become kings and become lights ready to shine so bright to break down every walled up obstacle of darkness and disbelief. And please believe that you are not your forefathers, you are not your fears, you are not your doubt. You are everything good and perfect that God speaks out. So it's time for us to get up from this dust and do one thing: kiss God.
I could play the background, I could play